love, my name is Zen Jen, your meditation, mindfulness, spiritual wellness, holistic bestie. Shh. It literally stopped clicking like last week and I sat down to record this and now my fan is clicking. And I realized in the last video that I posted, the guided meditation, that you can literally hear it clicking, squeaking, whatever you want to call it in the background, but I had no idea because I was editing the video sitting here. I didn't even realize that was in the video and I was like, ah, damn. I hope that people don't realize what this is or find it annoying. There's a lot of sounds going on. All right, I turned off the fan, but it's about to get real hot in here. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. If you're not already, be sure to subscribe because it really helps expand my reach, especially as a small channel. That way we can grow this community and get to know each other a little bit better. For today's video, I wanted to talk about self-care. Self-care is something that I talk with all of my one-on-one clients about. I think it's something that we can put a little bit more emphasis on and a little bit more focus on. It's even something that I spoke with a corporate team with last week as well. Ways that you can show some self-care in the workplace. And when it comes to nourishing your body, your mind, your soul, and also just showing yourself a little bit more love, I think a really great way that you can do that is by using the 5 love languages. Because if you're new to self-love, then maybe you don't know the best way to show yourself some love. And so understanding what your love language is, both in the ways you like to give love and in the ways you like to receive love, is going to be super helpful. And I know that you can just Google like a 5 love language quiz to see which ones that you are. So be sure to do that if you don't know your love languages already. But other than that, let's get into it. Okay, so the 5 love languages are words of affirmations, giving gifts / receiving gifts, acts of service, quality time, and physical touch. So essentially for this video, I'm gonna go through each one and spin some ways that you can use that love language to show that love to yourself. Let's start with words of affirmation. This is essentially when you're showing yourself how proud you are of everything that you've done. You're also showing yourself how much you appreciate all that you do. The fact that you wake up every single day and you're here and you get yourself through every day no matter how tough it is. Some ways that you can show yourself love through words of affirmation is leaving little notes around your house. You can leave them in fun places, maybe in places that you go to often, like on your fridge or on your bathroom mirror, things that you can see throughout the day. And I always recommend to my clients, when you go to those places and you see those love notes and you get so excited, eventually over time, you might start to just not really see them anymore because you're so used to seeing them. So if that's the case, make sure that you switch it up then. Maybe you put the note on a different color paper, or maybe you write a different kind of note, a different kind of little love message, and maybe even you put it on a different place of your house. This is just gonna help keep it really fresh and continue to give yourself some love. You can also do a mantra meditation, so you're speaking loving words of affirmation, loving mantras to yourself while you're in a meditation. You can start or end each day with a gratitude journal, so just writing like anywhere between 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for. And just remember, this doesn't have to be anything big. It can literally be like, I'm so grateful for the piece of watermelon I just ate because it was so good. I'm so grateful that my eyes opened today. I'm so grateful that I stopped and got myself gas now so I didn't have to deal with it tomorrow. It doesn't have to be anything big. Just a few things you're grateful for when it comes to you. Another thing that you can do is set self-care reminders on your phone. I used to do this and it was really cute. So you can kind of just pick any sort of affirmation or any sort of mantra and set a reminder or set an alarm on your phone throughout the day. And when it goes off, it'll pop that little message up. So it'll just kind of be like a, oh, cute, like, oh yeah, I remember I said that. Oh, that made me feel good, that kind of thing at random points throughout your day. And the last little idea that I have for words of affirmation is, have you ever heard of the future me emails? I did this a couple of times. You can just Google future me email and it should be one of the first things that pop up. So essentially, you write yourself a letter, you write yourself an email, and then you set the date that you want to receive that in the future. I did this back in like 2020 and 2021 when I was really going through it, as most of us were. I wrote myself an email just giving myself so much encouragement, telling myself how proud I am, telling myself I'm so excited to see where you're at and what you've accomplished. I know you're gonna do amazing, those kind of things. And honestly, I totally forgot about it. I forgot about which date I set it for. I forgot about what sort of things I put in that email. And then when I got that email, however long into the future it was, I was so excited. I woke up and I was like, wait, this is so cute. Like, I was literally obsessed with it. So if you're a words of affirmation kind of person, definitely throw some mantras, some affirmations in there, give yourself some love, tell yourself how proud you are, write yourself that email, and then set a date, and when you get it in the future, it's gonna be a cute little loving gift from yourself. Next, let's talk about acts of service. I'm personally the kind of person that shows my love through acts of service, so I like doing these things for myself. And acts of service is essentially doing things to make future you's life easier. And to be honest, I do these things very often because I'm always thinking about future me. If I don't feel like doing something in the moment, I'm like, oh, but future me is gonna be so happy that I did. And then there's also times where I'm like, you know what? That's a problem for future me. She's gonna have to deal with that. Sending you so much love, so much strength to get through that, but I can't deal with that right now. So whatever kind of spin you wanna put on it, acts of service can just be a way to show future you some love as well. You can show yourself love through acts of service by setting things out the night before. So like for me, I'm not a morning person. I always like to set out the things that I need to take with me in the morning, even set out an outfit for myself for the morning, and I do that the night before. So when I wake up, I don't even have to think. I don't have to turn my brain on. I can just wake up, grab the things that I need, change my clothes, and move on with the day. Another thing that you can do is plan a date night for yourself. When I was living in Denver just for a few short months, I planned a whole date night for myself. I took myself out to dinner, and then I went to see the ballet. It was around the holidays, so I walked around downtown and saw the ice skaters and all of the lights, and it was one of the best nights that I've ever had. I literally cried tears of gratitude on my drive home after my little date night because I just felt so grateful for myself. I felt so connected to myself, and it was so nice to just experience a night that past me planned for myself, a fun little date night. And don't be afraid to do this alone. I was completely alone when I did this too. Another thing that you can do is cook yourself a really nice meal, or maybe do a meal prep. This is a really great way to nourish your body and connect with yourself. Cooking can also be like a very meditative thing because you're slowing down, you're really focused on the food and the ingredients that you're putting in. And I always like to just put the intention of love into whatever food that I'm making as well. Another acts of service that you can do for yourself is tidy up your space. Just do it. Just pick things up. Maybe sweep a little in the morning. Fold your laundry as soon as it comes out of the washer and the dryer. Just tidy up. Future you is gonna be so thankful that they wake up or they come home to a tidy space. And the last one that I'm gonna share is volunteer. For me, I told myself that whenever I decided to settle down, I would volunteer at an animal shelter. So once a week, I go and walk dogs at an animal shelter here, and it not only makes me feel really good, but obviously I'm helping out those pups as well. So whether you want to volunteer with animals or people or in some other way, I highly recommend, if you're an acts of service kind of person, that you do that because it really helps fill you up with so much love. Next, let's move on to receiving gifts. And this is simply showing yourself some love through the symbol of a gift. Now, this does not have to cost money. Don't think that gifts always have to cost money. It can even be like the meaning behind it. And since this is a self-love kind of thing, you can set the intention and the meaning behind the gift that you're giving. So some things that you can do. First off, we're starting with some things that you can spend money on. You can buy yourself some flowers, buy yourself a new plant, things like that to kind of spice up your space. And that way, every time you look at it, you can have that little moment of appreciation and love too. Another thing, if you want to spend money, order yourself takeout for dinner or for lunch. Give yourself the little gift of a yummy meal. Maybe it's your favorite, whatever it is. Maybe get it DoorDash to your house. Order yourself a beautiful, delicious, yummy meal. You can also do a DIY project for yourself. So maybe that is literally just painting something on a canvas. Maybe it's creating a new pot with some clay, or literally anything you want. If it's just creating something with your hands, a DIY project, maybe it's something you want to build for your space. Do that for yourself as a way of giving yourself a gift. Personally, I love receiving gifts, and this is one that I do very often for myself, is I will write a note and leave it somewhere for future me to find. In 2020, when I was packing the stuff up from my apartment in New York City, I wrote myself a couple of notes. I think with like one or two of them, I hid money with them. So this was like really fun for me because, again, I totally forgot about this. And then when I found them later, I was like, oh, 20 bucks. Like, this is amazing. And it had like cute little notes. I would write like little mantras or just like little reminders, little affirmations. And I was so excited whenever I found these notes or whenever I found that money with it too. Another way to give yourself a gift is to invest in yourself. Invest in your hobbies, invest in your business, invest in things that light you up. So like for me, I recently got back into horseback riding. I rode for 10 years growing up, and then I took about a 12-year healthier break, I would say. Getting back into horseback riding has been one of the greatest gifts for me because it lights me up like none other. I have lessons a couple times a week, and every time I leave, I am just so happy. I feel so loved. I feel like my inner child was listened to, and I'm showing her some love as well. If there's anything that you can invest in, an investment can literally be $1. It doesn't have to be crazy. But if there's anything that you can invest into in your life, whether it's money or time, highly recommend that you do that if one of the ways you like to show love or receive love is through gifts. The fourth one that we're getting into is quality time. I am a quality time girly through and through. I love it so much. Quality time is essentially giving yourself your undivided attention. That means no one else is there, no phone, no screens, nothing but you and yourself, slowing down and being fully present with yourself. Nothing else, just you. So remember that solo date night that we planned. Quality time now is when you go on that date. You spend that time with yourself. You connect with yourself. You show yourself love. You do things that you really enjoy, and you just spend a night in appreciation and gratitude for all that you are, all that you've become, and all that's to come as well. Another thing you can do, obviously, is meditate. Meditation is a true form of self-quality time. And I think that's why I love meditating so much, because I'm such a quality time girly. My meditation, if I get no other time to myself during the day, I know that in the morning or at night, whenever I decide to meditate, that's going to be my time for myself, my time to connect, my time to show myself love. So meditation is a really great way to show your love when it comes to quality time. Another thing that you can do, which is another thing that I love, is journal. You can do this anytime throughout your day, whether it's in the morning and night. You can do it with your meditation in a different time from your meditation, whatever you like to do. Spend some time to just sit with your thoughts, be with whatever comes up for you without any judgment, just bringing full awareness to anything and everything that's coming up for you, and then just write it down. Remember that when you're journaling too, no one's gonna read that. That journal is for you. I remember when I first started journaling, I was like not really writing everything down because I was nervous that someone was gonna find it, and then I was like, come on girl, like if you need to, let's go full 90s, early 2000s with it and put a lock on it. Like, at the end of the day, no one's actually going to be reading your journals. Allow yourself to be fully honest and write down anything and everything that comes to your mind. Another thing that you can do when it comes to quality time is something I recommend to a lot of my corporate clients to do throughout the day, and that's go on a walk without your phone, without your earbuds. Obviously, if you need to take your phone for a safety reason, by all means do, but try to put it on Do Not Disturb. Just put it in your pocket, only use it if you need it, and just be with yourself. You don't need earbuds, you don't need anyone else. You don't need to be on the phone. Just go for a walk and spend some quality time with yourself. And then the last little act of self-love that I will share when it comes to quality time is to make time in your schedule to be alone. Maybe it's one night of the week, maybe it's a couple nights a week, whatever it is, schedule time that is your alone time. If someone even texts you and asks you to hang out or make plans during that time, sorry, I'm busy. Like I can't, I'm busy. So schedule that time. For me, I like to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and maybe that's reading a book. Maybe that's watching one of my favorite movies. Maybe that is watching a TV show. Maybe it's doing a project. Maybe it's crafting. There are literally endless options for what you can do, but just schedule a time to truly be alone and don't let anyone take over that time. That time is for you and you only. Last but not least, we have physical touch. Physical touch is a way for you to really connect to your body, allow yourself to really listen to it and just kind of see what's going on and give yourself love in the areas that are asking for it, that are crying out for your help. This is one that I talk to my clients a lot about because physical touch seems to be a pretty popular love language, at least in my one-on-one clients that I've had. The number one thing that I always recommend is to give yourself a massage after you get out of the shower. When you're putting on lotion, when you get out of the shower, just be really intentional and really loving when you're massaging in that lotion. Take an extra few moments to do this and set an intention to give your body love through your fingertips. Every time that you're massaging, every time that you're touching your body, you're just filling your body with so much love. Or you can just book yourself a massage too if that's more your speed. Another thing that you can do is do some yoga, do some gentle stretching, put on some good music and just do, I'm imagining like a yin type of yoga. So very slow, very intentional, going deep in those poses, holding them for a long time so you can really feel that physical aspect. This is one of my favorite ways to show physical love to myself through, physical touch is through your skincare routine. This just makes you feel like so taken care of. It doesn't have to be a 17-step beauty routine. Whatever your skincare is, just be really slow and be really intentional about it. Give yourself some love as you apply each and every product. I absolutely love having a skincare routine every morning and every night. I feel like it's a really great way to just slow down and connect to myself. And you have, the physical touch aspect as well. The next one is like kind of fun, depending on, who you are. Schedule a meal where you don't eat with any utensils. Just eat with your fingers. Like every piece, no matter what you have. I mean, maybe plan to like not be eating applesauce or something, but schedule a meal without any utensils. Maybe this is something you do alone as well. And you just dig in. Like, full medieval times. I love doing this. I really should do this more often now that I'm thinking about it. But it's so much fun and you get to like fully feel everything. It's like almost like a primal experience. If you haven't tried it, I definitely recommend it. I think that you're gonna be hooked, but then you might be like me, you're gonna have to remind yourself to do it more too and remember how much you love it. Last thing that you can do for yourself that I'm gonna share today when it comes to physical touch is take slow, deep, intentional breaths, and do this while you place your hands on your body. So you can place your top hand over your heart, your bottom hand just underneath your belly button. Maybe you close your eyes and just take some deep breaths. And as you're taking these deep breaths, you can feel the way that your body moves into your hands and then falls away from your hands. The way that your body relaxes beneath your touch, and just the way your body moves with your breath. It's really an incredible experience if you really tap into it and slow down and feel that movement, just giving yourself some love through that physical touch. All right, so when it comes to the 5 love languages, those are the things that I recommend for each one as simple, easy, even free ways that you can show yourself some love. If you have any other suggestions for any of the love languages, please leave them in the comments below so that we can all read them and take your suggestions as well. As always, if you have any questions or anything at all, feel free to leave them below and I will happily answer. You can also follow me over on TikTok and Instagram at zenjen.meditation, and always reach out to me there through DMs if you have personal questions that you want to ask me directly. And if you're not already, please make sure that you subscribe and go ahead and hit the notification bell. That way, whenever I upload, you will be notified of any future videos. Thank you so much for joining me and watching this video today. I will see you in the next one. Love you.